So this is what I do is very, very different from cosmetic chemistry, which is like the common type of education that people will get to go into this field. And so I'm coming at this from an herbalist perspective, which is really plants as medicine, seeing like the whole person, like as a whole unit. And so you're um, making products to help with the skin, but also kind of like harmonize their energy, uplift their psyche. So we use components of essential oils and different plants to affect all of those things. So starting the company and the products, there was a lot of research on the different ingredients. And what was one thing that was really important to me was like sustainability over time. So I really researched all of the ingredients to make sure nothing was at risk of being endangered, or they also have at risk lists, like at risk of being in risk. And so I did like meticulous research on all these plants. Where do they grow? What's their habitats like? What habitats are being encroached on, so that I could really choose botanicals that would have a nice impact on the skin, but that also we wouldn't run into any sustainability issues with. And then I also worked with a wonderful team of estheticians at the Aspen Club in Aspen, Colorado. So I would compound my formulas and test things, and then I would give them to review, to use on clients in the treatment room. And then they would come back to me and be like, yes, this, smelled great, but, we need a little bit more of this action or that action, or it worked perfectly, but it didn't smell great. Could go either way. And, so they would give me feedback, and then I would go back to, and I did start this at home in my kitchen, go back to my kitchen and keep tweaking things and, bring them more stuff. So I had a really wonderful professional team that gave me fantastic feedback, that really helped fine tune the line. And it also gave us a great treatment space, to see how it worked on the skin. The other thing that I did that I think was really key is that I got into our local Aspen farmers market immediately. And so every season I was on the street with my stuff, face to face with people, and let me tell you, they will come back and tell you exactly what they think, you know, good, bad, or otherwise. And so I had this like, constant feedback of, what type of products do they want. This is where a lot of how our product line expanded, because it's like, oh my gosh, I love this, this, and this, but I really need an eye serum, or I really need something for my lips, or what about the rest of the body? And so that's partially how the line grew, was also getting feedback from our customers. But one of the things I did was really like put myself into a direct connection to who's using the product, so that I could see, real results in real time. And then a lot of research and fine tuning, like make a formula, research, make the formula, test it, fine tune, make it again, test it, fine tune, like always going through these steps, with people who I knew and trusted would give me honest opinions, not just tell me it's great, but like give me that were educated in the field, who could give me really good feedback.
That's the perfect combination. You had professionals that you were working with on one side, these estheticians, and then be able to get that real world feedback from people just in the farmers markets. I mean, kind of just the perfect mix right there of launching a business like this. So, even 20 years ago, it's funny because we've had so many entrepreneurs now that they do get their launch in a farmers market and they say the same thing. It's like getting that immediate feedback tells you what people actually need or want or are looking for, and then you could see how your products are used, because sometimes we create things and then launch them into the world and people use them in a whole different way. You're like, I didn't really think of that. Okay, I can see that. So, when you were going then along your journey there, so you went to school, but then when you launched this, when did the turning point come for you that you're like, I think this is going to be a business that I'm really going to go all in? Or were you all in from the beginning?
I was pretty all in from the beginning. I mean, I'd put myself through herbal medicine school, and um, kind of the two avenues. The avenue they mostly train you for is like clinical seeing people clinically, which I didn't want to do. I had to do like a year-long internship with a clinical herbalist in order to finish that side of the training. And we didn't have any herbalists in the valley where I lived, which meant I would have had to do that, move back. So that wasn't really an option for me. So manufacturing was really the route. And so and there's a lot of upfront expenses with manufacturing, going through the whole formulation period or buying ingredients and bottles and making labels, and you got to have something to sell and test and present to people. So it was pretty early on, but I would say definitely by year 2 or year 3, it was I gotta either hit the gas and go for this all in or give up now because you're investing so much money into manufacturing, just the basics of manufacturing, that you have to make that decision pretty quickly.